Peace to the family, Soul Conscious TV. It's your brother Kufu Shabazz. We're back again. I got King Narmer. He is, what you got for us today, brother?
We're going to do an introduction to Tarot 101. We're going to go over the Major Arcana. First things first, a real tarot deck is comprised of 78 cards. So if you have an angel or an oracle deck done with meditation or divination, those are really tarot decks. Real tarot decks are divided into two sections. The Major Arcana, which is 22 different cards, and the Minor Arcana, which is comprised of 56 cards divided into 4 suits. Cups, wands, pentacles, and swords. And basically with your tarot cards, you want to, as soon as you get a deck, you want to smudge it. You want to smudge them with some type of sage or Palo Santos. Then you want to charge them up in the windowsill, in the sun or under the moon, and put a crystal over top of it. And then once you do that, start sleeping with them, because you know that helps build like clairvoyance and like your like psychic abilities. Some of us are like empaths, psychics, what and whatnot, mediums, mystiques, and have like, you know, better abilities. But yeah. Let's get started. First, we're going to start with the Fool. Upright, the Fool can mean new beginnings, new adventures, new opportunities, unlimited possibilities, pleasure, and passion, and thoughtlessness. Reverse, it can mean a bad decision, indecision, hesitation, or a faulty choice. Next is going to the Magician. The Magician upright can represent originality, creativity, skill, willpower, self-confidence, sleight of hand. In reverse, it can represent weakness in will, insecurity, delay, no imagination. So now let's go into the High Priestess. Upright, she can represent wisdom, knowledge, learning, intuition, purity, virtue, a lack of patience, a teacher. In reverse, she can represent ignorance, lack of understanding, selfishness, shallowness. Now let's go into the Empress. The Empress, upright, can represent action, development, accomplishment, mother, sister, wife, evolution. In reverse, can represent conciliation, inaction, lack of concentration, indecision, anxiety, infidelity. Now let's go into the Emperor. Upright can represent accomplishment, confidence, wealth, stability, leadership, father, brother, husband, achievement, a capable person. Now, dealing with the Emperor and Empress is kind of like dealing with any king or queen of any suit. And when dealing with the Minor Arcana in your court cards, some may vary, but with the King and Queen, they both represent mastery. So when dealing with the Queen, that is one who already knows all, and who's basically who's basically the wise woman, the priestess, you know, the caregiver. When dealing with the King, is a fair noble man, one who is open to all types of points of views and different possibilities and different different perspectives, but at the same time would like you to view his perspective. So let's keep going with the Emperor. In reverse, it can represent immaturity, indecision, feebleness, petty emotions, lack of strength. Now let's go into the Hierophant. Upright, it can represent a need to conform, social approval, bonded conventions of society. In reverse, it can represent unorthodoxy and inventor. Or upright, it can also represent mercy, kindness, forgiveness, compassion, conformity, a sense of historical importance, inspiration. Or in reverse, it can represent foolish generosity, errors are repeated, impotence, vulnerability, frailty, unorthodoxy. So now let's go into the Lover's card. Upright, it can represent love, harmony, trust, honor, the beginning of a romance, optimism, a meaningful relationship affair. In reverse, it can represent unreliability, separation, frustration in love, fickleness, untrustworthy. Now let's go into the Chariot. As you see with the Chariot, it has a little bit of comedicism in it. You can see somewhat like the Sphinxes or something similar to the Sphinx. So let's go into the Chariot. Chariot can represent. Wait a minute. I forgot the Lovers. Hold on 1 second. I forgot the Lovers. I got the Lovers. Okay, well let's get the Chariot. Apologies, family. Upright, it can represent perseverance, a journey, a rush decision, adversity, turmoil, and vengeance. In reverse, it can represent unsuccessful, defeat, failure, last minute loss, and vanquishment. Now let's go into strength. The strength card. Strength can represent, in upright, it can represent strength, courage, conviction, energy, determination, action, heroism, virility. In reverse, it can represent weakness, pettiness, sickness, tyranny, lack of faith, abuse of power. Now let's go into the Hermit. Looking like a wise sage. The Hermit, upright, can represent counsel, inner strength, prudence, caution, vigilance, patience, withdrawal, a loner. In reverse, it can represent imprudence, hastiness, rashness, foolish acts, immaturity. So let's keep it moving, family. Let's keep it moving. Now let's go into the Wheel of Fortune. I like the Wheel of Fortune because it's kind of like a choice card. Kind of like the Seven of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Upright, it can represent destiny, fortune, a special gain, an unusual loss, end of a problem, unexpected events, advancement, progress. In reverse, it can represent failure, bad luck, interruption, outside influences, bad fate, unexpected events. Now let's go into the Justice card. Upright, it can represent harmony, balance, equality, righteousness, virtue. In reverse, it can represent bias, false accusations, intolerance, unfairness, and abuse. Now let's go into the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man upright can represent suspension, change, reversal, boredom, abandonment, sacrifice, readjustment. In reverse, it can represent unwillingness to make an effort, false prophecy, useless sacrifice. Now let's go to the Death card. A lot of people fear the Death card, but death simply equals transformation. Let's say that you're in a bad relationship. The Death card comes up, you should be happy. That's letting you know don't waste no more energy in a dead end. Be prepared, for the bullshit when it goes down, but just move on. So upright can represent transformation, making a way for the new, unexpected change, loss, failure, illness or death, bad luck. Reverse, it can represent stagnation, immobility, slow changes, a narrow escape, cheating death. Temperance. Upright, it can represent moderation, temperance, patience, harmony, fusion, good influence. In reverse, it can represent discord, conflict, disunion, hostility, frustration. Now let's go into the Devil card. Upright, it can represent ravage, weird or strange experience, downfall, unexpected failure, controversy, violence, disaster, and ill-tempered person. In reverse, it can represent divorce, release, handicaps are overcome, enlightenment. Now let's go into the Tower card. Upright, it can represent a sudden change, abandonment of past, ending of friendship, unexpected events, disruption, bankruptcy, downfall, loss of money or security. In reverse, it represents folding old ways, a rut, entrapment, caught in a bad situation. Now let's go into the Star. Star can represent hope, faith, inspiration, optimism, insight, spiritual love. In reverse, it can represent unfulfilled hopes, disappointment, dreams are crushed, bad luck, imbalance. Now let's go into the Moon. Upright, deception, trickery, disillusionment, error, danger, disgrace. In reverse, deception is discovered before damage can be done, trifling mistakes, taking advantage of someone. The Sun, upright, satisfaction, accomplishment, success, love, joy, engagement, or a happy marriage. Reverse, unhappiness, loneliness, cancel plans, broken engagement or marriage. Judgment or rejuvenation card. Upright can represent awakening, renewal, a well-lived life, better health, a quickened mind. Atonement, judgment, the need to forgive, rejuvenation, rebirth, improvement, development. Reverse can represent fear of death, failure, possible loss, ill health, delay, disappointment, indecision, procrastination. Now the last card, the World. Upright can represent completion, perfection, recognition, honors, the end result, success, fulfillment, triumph, eternal life. In reverse, it can represent imperfection, a lack of vision, and disappointment. Now, I want to go over a few more morals and ethics and basically the 5 rules of tarot. 5 rules of tarot are confidentiality. Always keep whatever reading that you do or the work that you do for someone confidential. Rule number 2, never lie. Always be honest. But be careful how you speak and in the way that you put it, because you could be dealing with a hostile person, especially if they're dealing with a bad relationship, or if a loved one has an illness or a death. It's kind of hard to tell them that somebody close to you is going to die, especially if they're not willing to hear that. Number 3, remember, you are not Ann Landers. A lot of people try to be psychic and they're not and don't have those abilities. So basically, just depend on your higher self. Number 4, beware of psychic vampires. Certain people purposely come to suck and drain your energy. When working with this type of people, simply refuse to work with that person, take your cards, and just walk away. Number 5.